What is up, guys? It's New Rock City for Roblox. But today we are making a video that I do not want to make. And it is called my Roblox game's closing ceremony. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, we are going to be doing 2022 to 2024 games starting off. So now we are going to get into this. So starting off, we have the Neil Ceiling Fan Collection game. I created this November 28th, 2023, opened November 8th, 2024. And now, by the time you're seeing this, I will be in South Africa on Saturday, May 2nd, as this closes. And on this day, I will show you that phone. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling and show you all this one final time for the final walkthrough. That's a hunter. Those light. And you can see that hunter logo. And that ceiling fan is just effed up. And it's flying everywhere. And they say only people in similar age groups can chat with me. Which is such a shame, because I used to do things like this all the time. And they say people like this are the reason so-and-so Roblox game hardly ever has events anymore. Now you have this ceiling fan. Probably tilt that. Yep, it's an ASL. And it's time to break this because we're going to be having our shutdown. Those leaves. That's on brightness. This is probably just like a Home Depot. This one's broken. We're gonna have to knock it off. knock this thing down. Ow! And there's the last one. Yep, and that's it for the final walkthrough of the ceiling fan collection. So next we have the train collection, opened October 16th, 2023. I am going to do an update on this game before this video premieres and before I get back from South Africa. So now we are here for this final walkthrough. You can see all these trains. The New York City subway. That would be perfect for a summer. Derailed, but what's the big deal? The Sound Transit. Florida's Bright Line. There's a snippet of the Florida Bright Line trains. We're gonna get a pic of this for the farewell. And we have the Roblox trains in the back. Yep, here's the old car. It's just like a normal school bus. Yep, the school train Roblox Railway. May unknow clip. There we go. And now that is it for the train collection game. Alright, so the next one is Neil's Bus Collection. This was a game that I never even bothered to open because I was moving away from buses due to college, other than public transportation buses. But for the heck of it, we're just checking this out because I'm the one who made the game. And this was created October 9th, 2023. Hold up. I do apologize for this glitch. Yeah, I do apologize for the glitching, but we are in here, and that's what counts. I will still give you a tour of these buses just for that. Just because I have to shut this down. And this is also because I was busy with social life in addition to college and travel. Yep. College, social life, and travel. We got this GMC and Chevy bus. It has a broken door, so I'm gonna have to go around the other side. Now we close that door. Oh, sweet. So we got 4 rows of seats. And I know this child check thing is annoying, but I can't do a thing about it. Door open. And we got a Chevy bus, same deal. Towards the back, there's a little less leg room because I'm 6 foot tall. Yep. There's the older Chevy buses, one with a door, and it's got that crank window. And I'm gonna leave the door open because it's about 90 degrees out. Signal. Yep, the ambers work. Sweet. But you gotta love your Chevy, even though it's a GMC logo. Yep, the GMC bus. Now we gotta shut that door. Yeah, it's got half a tank left. Whoa, jeez, that's loud. Now they have an international bus. That door. Activates the amber lights. Bluebird. And it's got the handicap door. Ow. I mean, it's a little wonky. You could see my Jordan cap that I do wear in real life when I'm on camera. We're going to do a startup. Hazard work. R1, 2, 3. No. And there's the back of the bus with your whole wheelchair spot. We are out of this extremely hot thing. There's the international bus. And last but not least, we got the transits. plus a Toyota Sienna van. And this is in foreign countries. That's a GMC bus. I have to pull this giant thing out of a tight parking space. You can see how big this is. Here's the back door. Shuttle bus. We got the McDowell County Public Schools. Then we got this one. There's the dashboard that lights up. It's the middle row. So we're in the middle row. Shut off that emergency exit alarm. And here's this Ford bus. Or Chevy bus, excuse me. But it's an older Chevy, like the second-gen Tahoes. It won't start. I think the battery is dead. And I gotta leave this door open because the AC is off and it's 90 degrees out. To the final City Express buses. That's it for the bus collection game. Next up we have Future Machines, one of my newest games. Which I have to get rid of because I never even bothered to do that either. And this is nothing important. So that's it. Very simple. Next, we have this 2026 final hurrah of Neil's bedroom. We did have our 2026 grand reopening recently, featured in one of my recent videos. And this was a recent game. I'm just rebuilding my Minecraft creations with the whole PC, and this is everything associated in real life. There's the closet. And now that's going to wrap it up for the bedroom. Social hangout. And this will also wrap it up for 2022 to 2024. Moving on, we have 2020 and 2021. So let's get into this. Next, we have this apartment in Estero, Florida, made July 21st, 2021. And it has the emergency exit only. That was a file from my old computer. Now I'm going to pause this while it loads. Alright, so in we go. Into that AC. It's on the second floor. You have that whole Samsung fridge with the water bottle filler. But there's the bathroom to the left. There's the other buildings. That will wrap it up for the Estero, Florida apartment. Next, we have this huge elevators and escalators. Almost 3,000 people have visited this game. While it loads, I'm going to turn this off. Alright. Now, this is the massive game. shut off here. So push 2 by accident. There's the RT's ride. Because these are probably going to get modded anyway. That's it for those. This is like the MEI at Broward College Central Campus. I had to die. I got stuck. These are Tisson crops. These are like the Great Wall Lodge in Charlotte, North Carolina. Series 1. Two. Let's get into 1. So, door close button does not work on this. That'll wrap it up for the regular elevators and escalators that I created on September 25th, 2021, excuse me. And this makes a lot of odd noises. Volume. And you can see a lot of escalators. The Hyundai parking garage elevators. Let's go up to 6. Alright, we are here at 6. Now let's go back down to 1. We are here at 1. There it goes, and that will wrap it up for that one. So that's going to be it for the regular elevators and escalators game, which I only got 500 visits. I'd say that's not bad. So moving on, we have the Hideout game. Have this Hideout game that I made July 20th, 2021. And so here we have the picnic tables outside for if it's not too hot outside. Now here's the indoor bedroom for days of heat and rain. And I would just get portable fans that will be blowing cold air everywhere. There we go. At night, this lights up because it is 9 p.m. as I'm recording this. Here's the public bathrooms. There's the mirror. Hi, guys. There's the stairway. And the elevator, which we'll get to. Hand sanitizer, which is something we need in a post-COVID world. And that thing even lights up at night. And you see the table and this coffee place. I'm still keeping this sanitizer even though it's 6 years after COVID. Just to encourage hygiene. But we're going to go down to 1 on this Dover Impulse elevator. It's a shame that I have to close all these games. And this was just a teenage thing that I did. We're down at 1. You can see the railing from up there. And in here we have this hand sanitizer station. This was during the spread of COVID that I decided to keep it, and I decided to keep it now as it's necessary in a post-COVID world, as I just think it's good hygiene practice to wash your hands when you come in from outside. And that's it for this Hideout game. Next, we have my ceiling fan display game, which I made June 2021. And this is just a basic room. And this is perfect for an indoor day when it's too hot out. Yep, heat and rain day alternatives to outdoor activities. And here's all the fans for the final time. I mean, that's way too bright, so I gotta turn that thing off. There we go. Ow! That one just fell on my head. I can't believe I caught that on camera. And that will wrap it up for the ceiling fan display. So now we have this 2020 game that I created just after COVID hit, April 2nd, 2020. And it's called the Ryko Car Wash. According to the description, we will look into this once this game loads. I know, it's called Ryko Car Wash, but you see all these cars here. This tall van barely drives. Yep, since it is 9 p.m. in US Eastern Time, I don't want to keep saying whatever stuff. And I'll turn the volume on just for the heck of it. So we're going to run into this Crash 360. I'd be like, we'll just get the bottom wash. Pressure wash. can see the Pro Touch Tandem Bay. I did upload this. I'm going to give you the final update before this closing ceremony video takes place. And that's it for this Ryko Car Wash. Alright guys, that will wrap it up for 2020 and 2021. So now the final part, major part of this video that we are going to do is the 2017 to 2019 games. And I did the Captain America logo right there. So now let's get into this. Alright, so now we have these all kinds of Ryko Car Wash's game. This is the prequel to Ryko Car Wash that I created in 2020. And I created this March 1st, 2019. And going in here we have this Ryko US 2001, Ryko Radius 1st Gen, Soft Gloss Max 1st Gen, and it has a broken brush. Yep, totally busted. Soft Gloss Max 5. Now we're going to take this Tesla through the wash. Of course, we're going to get the second top wash. And there we go. Alright, there we go. Now we get a nighttime view of this Radius pre-soak. Because we got the second from the top, which is the Works Wash. See it through the sunroof. Since this video is going to be real long. Now we're getting our high pressure wash. So we're going to skip the Max 1st Gen because it's broken. Now we're getting our Tri-Foam. this Thrust Pro dryer. So we're gonna go in between the bays. Yep, and there's the max 5, which we'll skip just to save time. Because I do not want to bore you guys by any means. And we should only do touchless for that one. Now we're getting our side. The preset? What? I didn't even realize that the top button was the bottom wash. I know I shouldn't really be doing this, but this would be a way to cool off on a hot day. And we're getting our rinse, our brushes. Here we go. Or maybe they're out of Trifoam. Renex. I thought it was the bottom wash, but it's actually the top one. They just don't have Trifoam on such an old system. Spot free. And the air dry. And that's it for this old car wash game. Next, we have this New Rock City for Roblox Enterprises Incorporated, created February 1st, 2019. And this was an empty field. I was doing a whole yard for everyone to run their laps in. To wonder what my 13-year-old self would think of this. And that is it for this game. So now here is the first car wash game that I ever made. November 3rd, 2017, once I joined the Roblox site. And this was the 2025 grand reopening, April 26th, 2025. Yeah, that was the description. So anyways, let's get into this. This was part of the server. Yes, I include Cold Admin Infinite in most, if not all, my games. There we go. And the RAM won't start. I might be getting a new Silverado or an older one because the newer cars seem to be much more annoying. Surface protected. Ice sealant. Spot free rinse. Or freshwater rinse. That is the spot free rinse. That's the air dry. Feels like a cool breeze in a hot summer day. Alright. We are out of here. It's not a big deal. Now we have the radius. I mean, I'm gonna get the third from the top wash because the video is gonna be at a whole hour. Says put car in park. Save your annoyance. which I don't want to bother showing on camera. And we are in here. That's the HVAC room. Which, as it can get really hot out, we would have to turn these fans on. So that's going to wrap it up for my first ever car wash game from 2017. So now, moving on, we have the Townhouse Complex, created on December 19th, 2017. You can see the roads here. I made it leading up to this neighborhood. This was an old picture on my computer that I took from 2017. Or 2018, excuse me, but you see, that was a picture I took in 2018. But you see, these cars have since changed. You have a Honda Pilot, Chevy Caprice, Ford Transit van, and a Chevy Silverado. This one has a Canada plate on it. He's from Quebec, Canada. You can still see my Hall can. There's khaki shorts, my new Air Jordan cap. I do wear an Air Jordan cap in real life, though. There's the townhomes. There's the door. And you have to go in the kitchen to go upstairs. And I know there's not that much light in this one. We're gonna do one last screenshot. That's it for this townhouse. Alright guys, last but definitely not least, we have the grand finale. The library with the McDonald's on the second floor. I know everyone's going to love this, and you skip to whatever part in the video. I will add this as I edit to see this, and this will be in the description. So now we are going into this for one last walkthrough. It's so that way you don't have to watch such a long video and be bored to death. There we go. You can see that whole city and neighborhood. And here's the public restrooms. There's the mirrors. The sink. Yeah, here's the quiet library. That's for people to do their work. There's the elevator. I put this indoors for a heat and rain. Now we're going up to 2. Here's the McDonald's with the menu. They have a balcony that views the parking lot. Y'all can order and get out of the quiet place. I know there's no tables, but I would have made some. So I'm just going to make a spot where the tables would have been and send them. I mean, I would have put a balcony, but I just didn't make the effort to do so. So that will wrap it up for this grand finale and the entire video with this parking lot in the background. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this Roblox Games closing ceremony video. I know it wasn't an easy video to make, but I did talk about quite a bit of some things. It's because I just refuse to pay that much money to keep my games public, because I have to save money for better things. And I am working on reducing my screen time as well. And in this Library with McDonald's game, I would have also done a whole parking garage so more people could come. I am also going to plan to open a new location in Minecraft. A library with multiple floors and a parking garage in replacement to the 2018 Library with McDonald's. So that will wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time, which will be on the 29th when I am back in the United States from South Africa. Hopefully that does happen, but if not, I will see you in June. Goodbye, everyone!